I need you to picture something for me. A regular Monday morning, 8 a.m., government workers in Fortaleza, Brazil, coffee in hand, badges on, just another week. And then, one of them looks down. There is a hole in the floor of the vault. Not a crack, not damage. A hole, a deliberate, engineered, impossible hole, going straight down into the dark. And the money, $164 million in cash, gone, like it was never there. Let me take you back, because this story doesn't start on a Friday night. It starts 3 months earlier, with a fake grass company. I know how that sounds. Stay with me. The Banco Central branch in Fortaleza wasn't your neighborhood bank. It was the regional vault for the entire northeast of Brazil. What it stored wasn't money people were spending. It was old money, worn-out bills pulled from circulation, non-sequential, electronically untracked, waiting to be shredded and destroyed. Ghost money, it existed, but to the system, it was already dead. And it had a 72-hour window inside that vault before it was gone forever. Somebody knew that. Somebody on the inside told somebody on the outside exactly when those bills would be sitting there, and exactly how unprotected they were. We still don't know who that person is, to this day. 3 months before the heist, a group of men rented a commercial property on Rua José Landa, a quiet side street in Fortaleza, 78 meters from the basement wall of the central bank vault. They opened a business, Brile Fácil, easy shine, landscaping, synthetic grass, the whole thing. Storefront, products in the window, employees showing up every morning in green coveralls. They paid their rent on time, they greeted the neighbors, they bought coffee at the bakery on the corner. Normal, completely, deliberately, surgically normal. And every single day, behind that storefront, they were digging. 78 meters of tunnel, 3 meters underground, wide enough for 2 men working side by side. Wooden support beams along the ceiling and walls, like a mine shaft. Their own electrical grid wired back to the house. PVC pipes for ventilation running the entire length. This wasn't improvised. This was engineered. There was someone in that group who knew exactly what they were doing underground. The dirt they pulled out, loaded into landscaping bags, carried out to the truck, in broad daylight, in green coveralls, hundreds of trips over 3 months. The neighbors saw it every day. Nobody thought twice. Why would they? It was a landscaping company. That's the part that gets me every time I think about this case. The audacity of hiding in plain sight, and it working for months. Friday night, August 13th, 2005. Fortaleza goes to sleep, and 25 men disappear through a trap door in the floor of a fake grass company. 78 meters of darkness, the sound of their own breathing, the hum of a PVC pipe, boots on packed earth. At the end of that tunnel, a concrete ceiling, and above that ceiling, 3.5 tons of 50 real notes. They drilled upward, industrial bits through reinforced concrete, from below in the dark by hand. And here's the detail that tells you everything about who was feeding them information from the inside. They broke through the floor at the exact blind spot in the vault's internal camera grid. Not near the blind spot, not close to it, the exact spot, the 1 square meter that the cameras couldn't see. Someone gave them that floor plan. We know that. The investigation confirmed it, and that person was never found. When the hole opened and the light came through, what they saw were walls of sealed currency crates stacked floor to ceiling. 3.5 tons of paper money that the government was going to destroy in 72 hours. They built a human chain, 25 men in a tunnel passing bundles of cash backward hand to hand through the dark all night long. Hour by hour, bundle by bundle, the vault getting quieter, the van outside sinking lower on its wheels. By sunrise, It was done. They were gone. The storefront was empty. The van was gone. And $164 million had simply ceased to exist. Monday morning, 8 a.m., the auditors arrive, open the vault, and one of them looks down. I think about that moment a lot. What does it feel like to be that person? To open a vault and realize that what you're looking at shouldn't be physically possible. A hole in the floor of the Banco Central do Brasil. Gone. All of it. And this is the part of the story where I have to be honest with you. Because this is where everything falls apart. Not because of brilliant detective work. Not because of forensic science. Not because of some Sherlock Holmes moment. Because 25 men suddenly had more money than their entire neighborhood had ever seen in its entire existence. And not a single one of them knew how to act like nothing had changed. Within 3 weeks, in low-income neighborhoods across Fortaleza, the money started showing itself. Brand new BMW, paid in cash, parked outside a house worth less than the car. Audi, Hilux, another Hilux, cash, cash, cash. A bricklayer gets hired to renovate a house, gets paid with a thick bundle of 50 real notes, goes to the bar that night, tells the story. Catered parties in backyards, live 4-row bands, open bars, in neighborhoods that had literally never seen that before. People talked. Of course they talked. How could they not? Meanwhile, some of the crew tried to deposit the money, small amounts, split across multiple transactions, into accounts that had never moved a single real before. The central bank's own monitoring system, COAF, started flagging it within days. 50 real notes, Fortaleza, pattern, everywhere. You robbed the central bank using central bank money and tried to put it back in the central bank, and the central bank noticed. The federal police were called in. Operation Verde Mar, Green Sea, was launched. And then came the one thing that no criminal network, no matter how sophisticated, no matter how well engineered, can ever fully protect against. A man who's scared enough to talk. One of the 25, under pressure from federal investigators, sat down across a table and gave up names, addresses, details. After that, it was over. The arrests came in waves, 1, then 2, then a flood. 25 people picked up across the city over the following weeks. The engineer of the tunnel, the man whose knowledge made the whole thing possible, was arrested, but his full identity was never publicly confirmed. Even now, Antonio Jusivan, Juca, the man behind the operation, was arrested, tried, convicted. He never carried a bag, never dug a meter of earth, never touched a single bill. He just made a phone call, and $164 million disappeared. Here's the final number, the one that stays with you. $164 million stolen, less than 20 million recovered, 12%. The other 144 million, nobody knows. Theories, shell companies, construction, political connections, but nothing proven, nothing found. 25 people went to prison. The mules, the ones who carried the cash through the tunnel all night, most of them burned through their share within a year. Cars repossessed, houses unfinished, back to nothing, plus a prison sentence. And somewhere, in some account, in some building, in some arrangement we don't have access to, there is $144 million that has been sitting quietly for 20 years. A vault system designed to withstand bombs, defeated by 3 months of slow, manual digging and a company that sold fake grass. The engineering was flawless. The patience was extraordinary. The execution, genuinely one of the most technically impressive criminal operations ever documented in Brazil. And it collapsed because no one told 25 people the single most important rule. When you suddenly have everything, act like you have nothing. The grass was fake. The company was fake. But that hole in the floor of the Banco Central do Brasil, that was very, very real. And somewhere out there, $144 million is still waiting for someone to find it. Hey, if you made it all the way here, that means something. Most people don't. Most people tap out halfway. You stayed. So do me a favor, hit subscribe. Not for the algorithm, because I've got cases sitting in this folder that are going to make this one look simple. And I don't want you to miss them. Drop a comment below. I want to know one thing. Where do you think the 144 million went? A name, a theory, a hunch. Doesn't matter. I read every single comment on every single video, every one. And if you know someone who thinks they know everything about Brazilian history, send them this. Let's see if they knew about the fake grass company. The next case drops soon, and I promise you, you're not ready for it. See you there.